We're just going back into this fucking dark ages with the return of Saturn moving into Pisces, and then Neptune is heading for there now. Let me just look at this in front of our faces. But I'm feeling some pretty heavy-duty emotions these days, and I think it's apropos for us all. Hey, how about that third eye atlas, or three eye, sorry. I call it the third eye atlas, but it has nothing to do with that, right? It has to do with the third interstellar object. I mean, we're just flying by the seat of our pants with all of that, and the more that things that show up, that's different, the more we'll be able to see things. Anyway, one thing I think that would be necessary, but I think that we're all needing this, is actual community around us. Now, it seems like if you're anything like me, it's because we don't have a community where we find ourselves. A lot of us didn't move into a sanctuary where everybody is living in intention, and a lot of people, we didn't move in a place where everybody is getting along and live, like I said, living in intention. They have the same intention basically. You just kind of know what they're doing, and it's not so hard to look at it or into it. You see, there's where, how are you doing? You know, I'll ask you where you're at. Like if you turn off your fucking so-called phone, really, is the main thing is what I wanted to talk about making this video. The real use for SM, especially in the beginning, like, Facebook, because now, see, now that it's not the beginning, it's just nearly just, that never worked, kind of thing, the end. What I mean is, because there's so many apps now that we're totally confused as to if there was a use for social media at all, especially, okay, it would be Facebook. Facebook, it says right there, it says, friends. We're supposed to look for friends. Man, I can't believe this. It looks like two different things. It's like, man, oh man, how am I going to do this? How is anybody going to do this? But if you think with me a little bit, why do you think it's there? See, it's necessary to accumulate friends and create a singularity. See, they talk about unity. Well, it's the same as singularity. Sorry about the different words. Anyway, now how do we do that? Well, there's already a language hooked up into the possibility that we can know some things of the truth that are the same for everybody. Everybody who has eyes to see, ears to hear, wouldn't you like to make it a place that feels good to live at? Sorry. I'm pretty sure where I'm at, the more Gwen towers, and I think they're setting up some up somewhere, they're finding a place out in the middle of nowhere and they're setting them up. The more that they put them around here, you know, God, I can't even get a fucking full sentence out of here. Woo! I'm going through something that it's really harsh realization, It's like, ew, that's gross. How did I entangle with those kinds of people, you know? And where what I'm entangled with right now, judicially, is really interesting. I'm being sent through the zombie cipher chambers. By the skin of my chinny chin chin, I'll be able to do it. See, mainly is I like, I don't like to make it past tense, but I like my privacy. I like um, my ability to try to meditate. I am right now, you guys, where I'm at. This is really difficult. The human ecology, it's not human here, by the way. I don't like living in a hive full of non-human entities. I don't like it. I, I live in Southern California, but I live up in a mountainous area, and there's something really weird happening up here. There's a reason why I call it the world condensed. I'm pretty sure it's what's happening out in the world, right? But it's condensed where I am, as far as the condition of the people are in. And I'm pretty sure I live on a very sophisticated establishment, basically just an encampment full of people who have gone mad. They're fucking crazy. They've moved in around me. And that's kind of like why I have to move. It's trippy. It's like, okay, I've tried to keep it a sanctuary and I've done really well, but see, I don't have enough funding, I don't have enough support, real support. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have real people in your life that understand you, good luck. What are you using that money for? Just to protect you from these people that are going to like be an elephant in your china shop? And what's your idea? Well, Shauna, what would you like to do? Well, where I'm at, I'm a job well done as far as how I kept my side of the deal. If there was one, if it's a privilege to live in the mountains, there would be a certain thing that you followed as guidelines that allowed you to live in the mountains. One of them would be to don't practice bringing in city grade pollutions. That includes bright lights. Don't take a deal from the fucking county or the state when they're trucking asphalt around here. Babes, what I'm experiencing here, where I live, it's so strange. It's like cowboys and Indians are trying to live together in harmony, and I say you don't have to do that. Somebody needs to start saying order in the fucking area, and who's better off where, you know, and I would be a good spokesperson to talk to about, but see, everybody knows who's everybody that's on my team knows that money talks, shit walks. I don't think that that's going to be allowed much more anymore. Not if we just go and sit on the court, the steps of the courthouse, and say, nah, it's time to take these people's money away. They're abusing their power, and they are trashy. Trash heaps, man. And what is it? Well, I'm here to tell you, yeah, beware of those fucking people from the 60s, man. Particularly the people with Saturn and Pisces. They're turning around about 60 right now, 61. Is 60, 61, 62, right about there, 59, heading into it, is when you have your second Saturn return. And the people with fucking Saturn and Pisces, man, you have to detox away from them. A lot of them have been abused from having been institutionalized, or, yeah, it's a kind of institution if you consider just people. If they have a lot of money, then yeah, they belong to an institution there, right? I mean, that's the financial institution. If they are, what else, did they get married to? It's an institution on top of an institution. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, no. So, but that could be abusive if you're exposed to these people living in bondage. Includes becoming as fake as you can get, doing the run for money. Absolutely entrapping possibly your own children if you don't know any better about really how to live here. If you really don't know that you're being held captive by, let's get back to why we have Facebook, by the enemy. See, if you notice, Facebook only shows that you're making friends with friends. Does it talk about enemies? Why not? Well, here's why, is because fuck them. Fuck them. See, now, going general, because you might be experiencing quite some kind of lonesome situation here. Well, why is it so lonely here? Well, first of all, you need to get a better perspective. Are you a good friend? To, let's start with a spider plant. Can you keep a spider plant alive for more than 3 years? That's the suggestion to narcissists back. I remember when they were talking about that, and it's true too. No, you don't belong in a relationship, babes. But see, if you want to start qualifying, start with a spider plant first. All you have to do is water it, see what happens. But see, everybody is a narcissist. Everybody has a mind. See, but the thing that we don't like about this certain kind of narcissist is called the southerly narcissist. They want to keep you in a bad mood, by the way. They thrive on what seems to be just always a permanent fucking poopy cloud, and also masking that, but really the inability to lift up or lift anybody up. Yeah, you have to watch out for that. Yeah, you have to watch out for getting stuck in their energetic quagmire. Their innards are very disrupted. Who knows? If I hate to say it, but if you guys, if you've taken that vaccine, um, some of it is made to, well, the free radical thing. We have to detox no matter what, even if you didn't do that route of being hit by the hidden hand, man. The hidden hand is doing a great job at keeping the entire Earth's population staggering in a fog kind of thing, always fighting the illusion of, myopia, being just solo and just your own little old self here. But see, you can feel that way in your miserable fucking relationship, you know? I mean, here it is with Venus in Libra, and the question is from me to you. Did you really think it was love, or did you end up with just a fucking dummy there? Really, because love doesn't really have much to do with two people hiding inside of each other like that. No, no, no. No, love is the same as enlightenment and becoming human. And talk about being alone. Love knows how to be alone. And then from there we share something. And if, believe it or not, we can have something between us, especially if you've gone to outer space. Reality itself, something between us. Pretend like this is you and this is me. Something between us. Look at this. What's this? Who knows? Let's talk about it. Are you interested? See, you would be hovering in outer space. Maybe it's grounded. I don't know. You get the idea. You have something between you that you're both interested in. What I mean is you have an actual interest in it. That's the way to make good friends. It's very important to keep on the subject matter, babes. I'm trying to talk to you about the real use for social media in a roundabout way. See, when we're talking about a friend, babes, the only one capable of being a friend is love and or the human being. I've been doing a completely different thing over the past 700 to 3,000 videos. Now I want to talk about, maybe there's two types here. What do you think? Do you think your narcissist could be that type? Like over there, did they open an account with reality? Are they a reliable witness about anything? Really, I mean, if you really thought that there was somebody there reliable, as far as having open an account with reality and kind of being in real time, did you see the movie yet? Sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this very long. First of all, I've turned 51, and I think I'm getting to a point where I need to make money on this. You know what I mean? I can't just be a kid and you just feed on the energy and then throw me out later on. Gee. I was wondering though, wow, have you ran into any so-called adults, or are they all just broken down little fucking kids out there, man? It's like, no, really, that's not even a little kid that's broken down. Hello, is that a robot that's folding under right now, man? How do you do it every single fucking day, day in and day out? Getting back to that one-sided financial institution, one-sided story there. And I'm not talking about any old story. I'm talking about just the fact that your language, when it's written down, is flat. It's flatlined. And so one side of the story is missing completely. If not, yeah, a whole aspect of your life, the third dimension, is gone. Outer space is no more. You are now, you're crammed. And like when you see the word everybody, those are two words. You can separate it out a little bit, maybe capitalize the body, or see if you can get really clever and find the word I in the word every, and then you can say one, right? It doesn't have to be body. But you know what I noticed about the word homeboy? Sorry, here I go again. Um, homeboy. Well, no, you can write homebody. You know, you've heard the term. I'm a homebody, but just put the D down. Yeah, put the D down in lowercase, and now you have homeboy. Hey, homeboy. Uh, what up, homeboy? In case you thought a homebody wasn't the homeboy, after all, I say. Anyway, wow, minute 19, and what are you getting of Shauna? Here, right now? Well, I'm here to tell you, as a 6 degrees Aries rising, you're getting a piece of the nebula. There isn't a solid core here, and there isn't. I didn't just say, hey, I'm a narcissist, and there's nobody here. No, I'm able to observe this. I've got a handle on the I am still, and I don't think I need to achieve to be anything more or less than what's happening right now, which is out of my control. I don't control any of this. No, God has a hold on a lot of this. That's what I know what's going on. I see what's happening. I do. I see what's happening. So I've made adjustments around in my own property. I've had to move into the back studio house away from, again, getting back to the pollution that people are doing. And it's like, okay, when is there going to be like, okay, cut, really, I doubt that I'm an isolated incident. This is a fair warning to the spies and the fucking idiots that are watching this. You guys need help. You were super abused, and now we're dealing with how you deal with us. Who's us? Anybody who's different from you, right? And anyway, I don't know. And see, the thing about the mountain people, usually in the United States, people go to the rural areas and they go up to the mountains because they want to get away from it all. They kind of notice it's like, no, that stuff down there is heartless, and it's also I can actually do without it, and I like the way it feels just figuring something out on my own up here. Just do Mad Max. You don't know what freedom really is, and so you're afraid of it, babes. But if you're anything like me, you would say it's kind of disappointing. Humanity is, there are a lot of people, if they are letting each other down. Humanity lets itself down, man. Fuck. How do you mean, Shauna? Why is it up to somebody else to do that for you? It's not up to somebody else. Babes, we're in an interdependent arena here. There's people that are so fragmented, they don't really know how to live because they don't consider it like that. They say independence, right? Or how about them codependents? Woo! I never really heard the term codependent. Only when you're messing with your taxes, right? And you have to go on and you have to find somebody to be a codependent. Why? Because then you get less taxes taken out. I hate to fucking sound like this, but I think men need to brush up, but then again, women do too. Really? I have a bone to pick with both of them. Open it right up. I say that women need to hold off a bit, make sure it's love approaching and coming to the table. Make sure that they can convert that thing into love or forget it. Keep taking the birth control. Oh, sorry. Oh, where I live, babes, there's just too much homelessness going on. I see it. I'm like, okay, and somebody had to give birth to that thing, and that's sad. What happened? What happened? See, I don't think it should be that, well, no, here's what happened, Shauna. My mom died in a train wreck, and now you have absolutely nobody? You're left out on the street holding a sign saying, I'm in a fucking wheelchair, give me a fucking something? Something wrong with that society. I want to get away from that. It's shameful. It is. Well, what is it, Shauna? What do you really? You want everybody to just listen to you? Well, I don't know. I would. Okay, so well, let me live. I'll create a better story for us all. Can we afford it? The answer is no. That's why we have to go singular, unity. So how do you do that, Shauna? Really, are you making sense? Minute 28. No, did I reduce it down? That means I took a lot of gibberish out, and I'm trying to stay on the subject matter of what Facebook was trying to do. What I know it as is that you're holding a cabinet, and then there's cabinets within the cabinets, and within those cabinets, they have cabinets. I'm talking about your comment section, your page. See, babes, if you think with me a little bit, they gave us the hottest political arena to enter into through social media. But they never told us now we're going to algorithmically see um, like who's here. No. And see if we could have just done that. See, it came up, and this is true, I'm not making this up. You have to find your own brand. And see, you can hear a lot of advertisements about how to do it. And then they're talking about AI too, perhaps. And it's like, no, see, I dialed in on what. See, there's only one use for it. Otherwise, you're going to have just enjoy your fucking backdrop of narcissists doing absolutely nothing. It's just a spinning carnival wheel. It's a tumbler. It's a meat grinder, is what it is. Skipping over the details, like, who are you? What's your name? Hello. I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello. You poor fucking kids. See, it's not so much. Those people that went through the 60 and that were doing that, they're like, bleh. They were born in the 40s. But you, who you ended up being their kids, see, I think that this needs to be fucking brought to our attention. And then what we need to keep doing is keep bringing to our attention and paying attention. Now, what other next generation is going to be popping up? See, now you want to be careful of the generations, right, that were exposed to war. Wars and the heaviest psyopses that were going on then. And you bet that the 60s was that time. And then what's the other time? 40s. Man, if you can imagine getting caught in that we're sharing the planet with these people that are operating under pure fucking trauma and PTSD and also programming. They don't even know that we can see that there isn't anybody there. Narcissists in general are the boringest fucking people after a while, right? You'll never experience anything more painful than how boring they can really be. Yeah. So you want to watch out for that. It comes up through conversation. Through conversation, they aren't. Basically, what we're dealing with, basis, is that they're not human beings. They're not enlightened. You know. But I'm here to tell you that if you are like a fiery person, if you have a lot of fire in your chart, you can't handle being around stoic people. You can't handle. I mean, you appreciate how grounded they can be. You appreciate the hard work that they and how stable they are, and how hard that they continue to work to get everything that they have. But it might be different for the fire signs. The fire signs probably don't have to work that hard. Think about what fire has to do to get what it needs to get done. Fuck, man, it'll happen in a flash. Woo! Oh, okay. Okay, so fire and earth could be different. But they need each other, they can work, okay? So that's kind of how we think of astrology, if you wanted to know, like, how do you even begin to think about astrology? You have to think in terms of just, well, go literal. Say, well, what's the nature of fire? You know, that's the nature of your fiery people. I am an Aries person, I'm a fire rising. And I'm being misunderstood by a lot of people around me. They want to, and the worst thing you can try to do is try to dampen our fire, or or put it out or something like that, and think that we're wrong when we respond and burn your ass with the truth. We go like that, we might spitfire, and you're like, ah, you settle things out of court with people. The only reason why you found yourself in court is that, well, I'm sorry, I had to punch him in the nose. Sorry, it broke his nose. Well, he's an asshole. Sorry, well, go ahead. I'll go sit over here for however long. I'll get out. Not that big of a deal. That's how that you're supposed to deal with stuff, and there's not enough of that going on. I Am Humanity, and we're going to talk about it. Well, 4 years ago, and we're kind of wrapping it up. We're talking about this Neptune in Pisces. Well, it happened to oppose my Venus at the same time. And it's been a hell of a transition for me. I've been going through a lot of deception in my love life, and so that's one of the many things that, like major things, that I have to turn around. Love to try to get a hold of the people who have lived up here for the amount of time that I have. What I'm under the understanding of is that, well, it's the same as the United States, though. See, this is the world condensed up here. A lot of people left.